My very first question, Betlehem, is about your father. We understand that he was jailed in 2001, but is he alive? Where is he?
Yes, he's alive. We don't know really where he is, but we know that he's alive. And well, we hope and have heard that they actually treat him very good. And I think it's because the Swedish press or have been very eminent about him, about his case. And now, of course, with the Edelstam Prize, it has spread all over the world. So I think for any journalist, not only for my father, I think the most important thing when authoritarian governments like the Eritrean have journalists in their hand, in their prisons, I think the most important thing is to actually talk about them, to tell their stories. He's a journalist, and but he actually, at the beginning, he was actually a poet, and he was actually in the theater world, so not in the journalistic world. And he was first and foremost a poet and a writer first. But I think a lot of people, those people who are against him will talk about him as a political activist, and people who don't like journalists who are professionals and actually do their job very well, they might call them political activists. But as you know, and as I know, a journalist's main job is actually to tell the truth. Whether it hurts anyone or not, it doesn't matter, because the truth is what it is.
Do you have hopes that the political environment in Eritrea may change for the better, and that your father may come out of prison and regain his freedom?
Yeah, I am absolutely certain that he will be released, and me and my family are doing everything that we can. And I know we're not alone in this fight, because a lot of Eritreans are actually fighting against this Marxist fascist government, as I call them, because that's really what they are, and they behave like that. And as fascists do, and as we know in Europe, they always fall. Authoritarian regimes always fall. So I think democracy will prevail.
I mentioned before the Cecilia Sala affair. She's an Italian journalist. She was detained for 3 weeks in Iran. And what are your thoughts about we understand that journalists, they run risks in different parts of the world. Do you think that somehow what happened with your father has been somehow neglected by European countries, Italy's as well? Or do you think that there are different standards for different journalists, even if they all are committed to telling the truth?
Well, of course, there are different standards, I know. And also, it's also about, it's different standards, but I rarely talk about that, because I would like to talk about the importance of all European citizens and all journalists, because the most important thing is, that Ms. Sala was in Iran. I was not surprised, because governments like Iran and Eritrea also, they're also very good friends, so they're treating journalists the same way. And I'm very happy that she's released, because at time I was really afraid that she was going to be there for a long time, because as we know, Iran has held a lot of prisoners in their Evin, the infamous Evin prison.